Hey, we're live and nobody here.
Only the lonely know the way we feel tonight. Only the lonely know this feeling ain't right. Know this feeling ain't right.
Echo. Nobody here.
Hi, Lauren. We've only got to mess it up again. Hi, guys. Hi, Oneness. You just missed me singing a song. Wouldn't be us if we didn't mess it up at all. Hi, Leona.
Just telling them all while they're
Hi,
on with it.
Jane. It was my fault. Always my fault. I messed it up again. There was quite a few people waiting on the other thing as well. Hi, Frugal Joe.
Hi, everyone. Still 18 waiting on the other one.
Have you told them?
Yeah.
You have to pin that message. Oh, you can't pin it on a chat, can you? Can you pin a message to the top on a live chat? I'm not sure. Yeah. Say, Mary, I messed it up again and we've had to start a new link. Hope you're all laughing with us and not at us. Honey, my name is pronounced like Maureen, but with an L. So sorry, Laureen. So sorry. It's a lovely name as well. Do you know, sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. I'm really sorry about that. Laureen. Maureen. Laureen. Got there in the end.
Have you missed us?
Yeah, because of course we didn't do one last week, did we?
Or the week before.
Or the week
2
before.
weeks, no.
Yeah. Sometimes life just takes over, doesn't it?
Yeah, but some of the comments we were getting were very nice, really. So
Thank you. Hi, Leona. It is a pretty name. Laureen. Got it now. It's in.
Yeah. Well, we've been just running around mad, trying to get ready.
I've just shaved Mr. Wallflower's hair. He dyed mine earlier this evening. We've fitted the evening meal and showers in. You have to run the shop.
Just have to run the shop 2 minutes before.
All the prep to be here and sit down in time. And you, Deb, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. I'm back. Happy to see you.
As your crumpet burned.
Hi, Stephen. Hi, Shelley. Yeah, Shire fans, what did you have on your crumpet as well? We ready. Hi, J&B. Yeah, so basically it's just the last couple of days has just been the excitement about the cannon coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, and what we're going to do and
what we're going to do with it. And then today, as I say, Christy sent the jars, so we've got jars as well. So it's just right. We're going to have to get organised with it. We're going to have to start.
We're going to have to empty the freezer and what we've got.
I always heard the comments when other people got kind of how nervous they were about using one, how they felt about it. And I always thought it was pretty strange. And although I've wanted one for such a long time, I understand that nervousness now because how expensive those jars are, how expensive the machine is. And to me, it's not even about the food. If the food's successful, it's worrying about the jars. It's worrying about the machine itself, although I want the food.
And getting it right.
Yeah. So it's quite nerve-wracking, really, but we will do it.
Yeah.
Probably Monday now, isn't it? If not tomorrow. Sure. Little crusty. All the better when you toast them now, eh? With some blackcurrant jam. but did you make it? I purchased an Excalibrator dehydrator today. It was on sale for 189. Wow. It's a 9
they look good
tray.
then.
I actually cried when I saw the sale price. I've been waiting one for 3 years. Yeah, they look absolutely fabulous. But as you say, they are really expensive, Lorraine. Yeah.
You can do loads in them now.
I suppose we all are nervous, but the only way we're going to get over that nervousness is to actually plunge and do it, you know.
It's for the best.
It is for the best, and it is for the storage of the food and the quality, you know. So, yeah, take the plunge if you get a chance.
And it didn't take long to come as well, did it? It took about 5 days, didn't it?
Considering it was coming all the way from America to the UK, it was really quick. Yeah, it was really quick. But yeah, one of those Excaliburs would be absolutely fabulous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Excalibrator.
That's them,
Yeah,
Excalibur.
I thought they were called an Excalibur. Just me. I think I make it up as I go along. But yeah, they do. They look fabulous.
Yeah, we're looking around everywhere for things to can.
Shy finds it is a pressure cooker. And apparently there are quite a few different types now. Being in the UK and watching other people do it, I knew that about the All-American and aspired one day hopefully to have an All-American, and it was the one that's highly recommended as the top pressure canner product. And I had heard few and far between about a Presto canner, but not as much as I had about the All-American. But apparently there are so many different types. There's one, a Tefal, that's supposed to be really good as well.
The All-American are really heavy, aren't they? But that's quite light. The Presto,
yeah, the cost and the weight of it was what pushed us towards the Presto, wasn't it? Because that's more than big enough for what we need.
Thanks for your comments, Susie. Ignore the trolls. Congratulations on your new car. Oh, Shelley made 500 grams of butter thanks to us.
Wow, where's that, missed that?
Shelley.
I made 500 grams of butter today. Thank you for your teaching. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. One of the things I'll be looking at next is actually canning the butter. So it sits on the shelf. I did water bath can some homemade butter at one stage, and I've probably discussed it with you before. But the jars I used were Dorito dip jars, and they weren't sufficient. Whether it was twofold, whether it was just water canning that wasn't sufficient as well. But the Dorito jars didn't stay airtight, did they? When we went a couple of months later and checked them on the shelves, it was mouldy inside the jar, so we had to toss them. But I'm really looking forward to pressure canning butter. I know Tessie does, and quite a few other people do can butter. I actually purchased a catering size tub of liquid cheese this week. Now we wouldn't use it for an awful lot of things, but it could be used on maybe lasagna, or if we did a taco thing, you know, or something like that. So I'm looking at canning that pretty soon as well.
Hello from Cape Cod.
Wow.
Where's Cape Cod?
That's Africa, isn't it?
South Africa.
Is it?
No. Could be Australia. Don't know. It's probably England now. Hi, Joyce. Stephen does about 4,500 jars a year.
Of what?
Anything and everything.
Wow, 4,000.
You must have some storage.
Jars. Yeah, you must have a huge pantry or warehouse.
Oh, Cape Cod is in Massachusetts.
So, what's the song?
Going down to, what is it? Bee Gees, wasn't it?
It
the lights are going down in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
we've heard that. Hi from Sweden.
Presto as well.
Hi, Gina.
Just started using it. Fabulous.
Hi, Lisa. What was your first thing you done, Lorraine?
Hi, Deborah.
Lorraine.
As I say, I'm thinking potatoes.
But we haven't got that many potatoes, have we?
I know I'm bound to pick some up at the beginning of the week, though, aren't I?
I know, but if we're using it Monday or
well, we'll see. Might be chicken yet. Might be, yeah, could be anything. So we need to take the
beans. She's on.
See, I need to look at that and how to do it. It's a learning curve for me because I've seen several things done that I've concentrated on, but we don't even have dry beans at the moment, do we? You know, so we tend to buy ours in a shop or tin, don't we?
Mixed beans. Or...
Yeah. So I'd like to be at the stage where we're buying dried beans and canning them ourselves and getting the quantity that way. But
crocuses are starting to bloom. Spring is on its way.
Yeah, I noticed some crocuses. Did you see that purple patch in the front?
There's a few come up.
I've been watching for the daffs now. The leaves are up, but none of the daffs are actually producing heads or flowers yet. But the leaves are up and the stalks are there. Yeah, I love it. You know, the snowdrops, the crocuses, the daffodils, and we have lovely patches of bluebells, don't we? And we actually have the white bells as well. So it's bluebells and white bells, the snowdrops as well. Yeah.
Hello from Chicago. There's a song about Chicago as well, isn't it?
What's that one?
It's the play thing, isn't it? The theatre. Chicago.
There's
not many songs about it.
We always know a song about something, don't we?
Stephen's got a big farm stand with a huge larder and cellar.
Wow, that's fabulous. See, we thought we were quite lucky with the space that we could use, didn't we?
Soon gets filled up.
It soon gets filled, yeah.
Lorraine's doing a beef broth. And then doing potatoes and chicken broth.
Sounds lovely. And then all you've got to do is like opening a tin, isn't it? All you've got to do is heat it up. And if you're going to add anything else to it, yeah, that'd be lovely. That'd be nice just on its own, but it'd be nice on some boiled rice or anything like that as well. Lovely. We are, Stephen. We're absolutely going to love it. We've been going through. Mr. Wallflower's asked me today what cannot be canned. And we're not really sure because now and again people produce videos saying what they won't can again or what they won't dehydrate again, etc. And I know I had quite a big failure with cabbage. And as I say, I haven't pressure canned before. All my previous videos have been based on water bath canning. And I know the cabbage just absolutely stunk, didn't it? And it didn't fare well.
Some of the cabbage that's out there still look all right, though. We have no...
I'm hoping... do any of you that do can any of you tell me what's best not to even attempt, what isn't really good for pressure canning? That would be really useful information for me, you know. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, Remy's Cozy Cottage Life. Canned beans and broth that he uses.
Thanks, Emmy. I know Tessie says the same. She doesn't like the pasta canned, especially in another product, in a soup or in a stew or in any of those things. But you wouldn't bother canning it at all, no.
You don't really need to can pasta.
Yeah. I know, but canning is twofold. It's not only to preserve the food, but it's half cooked. So if we should have a powerhouse and we're cooking on the barbecue, we're not using all that wood or coal or whatever we choose to burn on. You're not using that to then cook the pasta, cook the rice, cook the meat, cook the vegetables, cook whatever. So, you know, it's half if not more, of the cooking. So once you've canned it, most things are actually
it's done,
cooked
right.
in it. Your beans are cooked,
Yeah.
anything like that's cooked. So you're literally just reheating it. So it's about saving fuel when you're in need of not using the fuel, and you know.
Lorraine says in the ball book it has a list of things that don't can well.
Oh, that'll be really good. Oh, bless her heart. Beth has actually bought me the Blue Ball book, and it's supposed to be coming tomorrow. So I'll really look forward to reading that book. I've heard mixed thoughts on it. Some people are really excited and really positive about the Blue Ball book, and other people feel it's not as useful as some might feel. So the Diva canning book has been recommended to me as well, but I've not had time to actually look into that. And also the Amish canning books. So I'd like to look at a variety across the board, but to have that Blue Ball book is the USDA guide, isn't it? So to start off with that and take knowledge from that
Hello,
is absolutely
Tessie, thanks.
wonderful.
Hello, my good friend.
Hi, lovely. Thanks for joining us again, Tessie. I don't know if you just caught the tail end of me saying that, but a wonderful lady, Beth, has actually purchased the Blue Ball cooking book for me through the wish list, and she's sending it to me, so I'm pretty excited about that. But other people have been recommending different canning books, such as the Amish canning book. I don't know if you have those. I know you have lots and lots.
Thanks, Lorraine.
But what
We've
I
missed
actually
being here.
needed was an author and a title, so I could actually search for it myself. So if anyone's familiar with really good canning books that I can look for, knowing the actual name of the book and the actual title of the book would be great, and it would just make it a lot more easier for me to find.
Canning apples are good.
Yeah, canning apples, lovely. I'd say everything's based on water bath canning what I've done, but I'd like to proper can some apple butter.
And beef and chicken is the easiest.
Thanks, Sarah. Thank you. You too, love. Have you used a charcoal oven before? We're all electric here, so power cuts will be interesting here.
We use the barbecue. We've got a big barbecue in the garden.
But we've never actually used coal on it yet.
No,
We've just burnt wood on it, haven't
yeah.
we? And twiggery out the garden, really. But we've never actually purchased any coal to use like that. And in the house itself, our cooker is gas. And should the gas go for any reason and we still had electricity, we do have one camping electric
Like a hob.
Hob place, so we could cook a soup or a stew on that. We think we've got that covered in the state of emergency, don't we? But
And we've got
if there was no lecky or gas and it was rained outside, we'd be flummoxed because
we've got a camping gas cooker as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah, so really we'd be able to cook a meal. Yeah. You just need the little can to go in that though, don't you?
Yeah, the gas can.
The gas can for the camping stove.
Even if we've got nothing, we've still got crisp butties.
We have. We'll always have crisp or spam butties, won't we? Or rice pudding cold out the tin. We'd always have something.
Well, we could just make a tea light thing.
Where's that, Rachel? Minus
-14.
14 Celsius.
It's been quite mild here this week.
I'm actually sitting on a hot water bottle again. We have managed to put the heating on this evening again, but I'm still got the hot water bottle on my spine. But 14 minus Celsius, that's low.
Dragon Lady's
Quebec,
saying about
Canada.
that clear gel for canning. We were looking at that, weren't we?
Yeah, I looked for it to put it on the wish list. And you looked at the feedback on it. It was in a cardboard box. It wasn't in a tub. Oh,
and it wasn't gel, it was powder.
When I've seen it recommended on videos, it's been in a plastic tub and said clear gel on the front of it. And I understand its purpose for thickener and things like that. And if I was to use bicarbonate of soda or whatever, that it coagulates and it doesn't quite
Mm.
mix well. I appreciate and understand that. So I did look for the clear gel box. Not that should matter because I can reach up it anyway this side.
But they were saying
Well,
it was all
the feedback from people that had actually paid received it, and the quality wasn't good. So we haven't added it to the list at the moment, but we will look for a better version of it. But thank you for that.
Stephen's got 8 inches of snow.
Wow. We never get that much, do we? We're lucky if we get half an inch.
Hoosier Farms, Southern Arms, Hoosier Farms. Write that down.
Wow, Tessie's saying it was that cold she had to wash her clothing with the rain paddle and her lines were all frozen. I love your washing line, Tessie. I love the way you pull that little twiddly thing or just pull it across like that and it just moves down and rotates. I absolutely love your washing line.
We've been quite mild this week. It's been really nice.
We've had a couple of sunny days.
Go out without your coat on.
Well, you could. I still couldn't. It's been chilly for me, but a
out
little
in the
bit
garden
warmer.
as well.
Yeah.
Got out in the garden for the day.
I've still had to have my coat and layers on going shopping and stuff, but it's been nice to feel the sun on my face.
It's been warm going out at 4 o'clock in the morning. You haven't felt the chill in the air. It's been quite warm.
It always makes me laugh, you know. He'll come home from work in the afternoon. I've got the heating on. I'll just leave it on for an hour and heat the place up, and then I'll turn it off again. What have you got the heating on for? It's a lovely day outside. He's been out driving around in it all day, you know, and I'm sat here in the house like that. I was thinking, how is it warmer outside? And sometimes it is, though, isn't it?
It's going down to -27 in Quebec.
Wow. So how do you cope under those circumstances, Rachel? Do you live in a house? Is it a brick house, or what type of building do you live in, and how do you actually keep warm there? Well, hot blood to feel the cold, or hot blood to feel the heat? Which way round? Yeah. There are 2 different kinds. I use the cook type when I can apple pie. Right, so is this the clear gel, Dragon Lazy? So what's the 2 different types? So you use the cook type to do the apple pie filling. What would the other type be, please? I had my electric bill 3 weeks ago, £31.09 for January. Wow, you did exceedingly well, Bridget. So you have a house, don't you, Bridget? So that's it's not just a flat. So I'd say that was really good, really. What's that in comparison to what you'd normally pay, if you don't mind me asking? Emmy, I love going to Amish County, and seeing the laundry hanging because they hang it so it raises way above the ground, so it looks like flags flying in the wind between the houses and buildings. I can see that in my mind's eye, and I can imagine that'd be lovely to see. Yeah, country style. Yeah. Lovely. I've always admired their washing line, and you just pull it along and put the next one on. Pull it along, put the next one on. You haven't got. I'm up and down and standing on Twiggery and trying to balance to use our washing line. Hot blood not to feel the cold.
Cuddle me dog.
Yeah. Well, we don't have animals, do we? And we've often said, either a dog or a cat, and just sit there like a little hot water bottle. Yeah. Below normal. Wow, that's below normal. 9.5 inches of snow. we just couldn't even imagine it.
Oh, yes. 311. That sounds more like it. Not 31. 311 for a month.
Wow, that's an awful lot.
Mm-hmm. We're paying about 80 or 90 a month for the Lecky, paying about 120, 130 for
As
gas.
we've said previously, the government have actually, what's the word for it? Subsidised us, the whole of the UK, regardless of income. It's been for everybody, hasn't it? Of
£66
£66 a month automatically goes on your electricity every month, but it ends next month. Or should I say next month is the last month, and then it stops. Now, as you've heard, people like ourselves and a lot of other people have been struggling to top up after the government have put that on, because it's been an awful expense, as Bridget will understand, and others from the UK. But next month, when that £67, the month after, sorry, when that £67 is no longer subsidised, there will be an awful lot of people struggling. Yeah.
And yet, it was this week, all the energy companies announced how much billions they've made in profit. 3 or 4 of them come out during the week saying they made 4 billion, 6 billion record profits.
How brazen is that to actually shove that in our faces to say what profits they're actually receiving?
I don't know, it's got to 311 for a month. That's a lot.
Sassy, we can't wait, love, once we get going. It finishes, the subsidisation finishes.
April.
Well, the last month is
March,
so we don't get it in April. It's a shocker, isn't it? And that's just your electricity, Bridget. Are you using your radiators or what?
Are you fully electric house?
Is the whole you're cooking on electricity? Is your heating electric?
Still shouldn't be that much, though. 311.
Yeah, 68 billion profit for Aeon. It's disgusting. It is. Frugal Joe's totally disgusting. As I say, people think they're struggling now, but it's only just beginning, isn't it? Once the subsidies stop, and the prices get hiked again and again. And as we know, with the difficulty, we were discussing, Mr. Wallflowers and I, different things that have taken place in a few places, but primarily America. Food farms being burnt down, damaged, food storehouses being burnt down, damaged. The Ohio incident that's gone on and is affecting animals and food storage and grain and the ground and growing and the water and everything else, So any prices of anything that's decent will just skyrocket. And more places will be worse. So the financial situation, although it's difficult and difficult for so many people, it's actually going to increase.
And the only good thing is you're not going to use as much electricity during the summer, as much gas. But if they keep putting it up and up, it's going to cost that much more just to have a light bulb on.
See, the good thing is that we're coming into spring now, and hopefully, we can eat cooler foods that don't need cooking as much. We don't need the heating on as much, and we can dry our clothing outside, as some people do. Stop using the washing machine maybe and washing a bowl or a bucket, etc., like Tessie was just mentioning. And there are ways and means how over the spring and the summer and the autumn months we can actually save some money now. It won't be an awful lot, but what do they say? Look after the pennies and the pounds, look after themselves. Just hope against hope that we can make it through. We can't go down with it. We can't go down with it. We have to concentrate on what we can do and how we're able to overcome certain things.
That's it, Big Red. There's funds in Ukraine again, $110 billion. That's just America. Never mind the rest of the world, what we're giving them. Only 50 miles out of the disaster zone. That's only what they're telling you, though, isn't it?
And that's it. The chemical spread within the water, the chemical spread within the soil, the airborne spread.
When Chernobyl
can 50
happens,
miles be believed, Tessie?
When Chernobyl happens in 1986, our sheep got affected here 6 months later. They were suffering the fallout from it.
That's the other side of the world, isn't it, to us?
That was Ukraine. That's it. It goes up into the air and then it comes down in the rain. And
thanks, Stephen. We are well, love. We're really well.
Good to
Thank
be
you.
back.
Yeah, we're headed in the right direction.
that's it. We do have to get ourselves in order before everything breaks down.
The solar panels will make the difference coming into spring through to November, I hope. Oh, well, it's good to hear you've got them. We don't actually have any solar panels, do we? We weren't in a position to get them, but I'm glad to hear you have, Bridget. Yeah, make full use of them as you can. There are other ways and means of using them as well for your electrical gadgets, not just you can hook it up to smaller things. You can get chargers that you can charge from the solar power to use for all your other gadgets as well.
So we've got a lot of solar lighting that we've bought. We've got the solar chargers.
Oh yeah, Emmy's having the baby, isn't she? Yeah. Oh, make sure I'll give you inside.
Just hope it's not a week earlier.
Do you know what you're having, Emmy, or have you looked at any names for either? It is soon, April the 8th. Wow. Just
Hi, Mary Beth.
A couple of months away. Life as soon as he is born, I'll email you a picture. Oh, I think I remember she said the name. It was a tennis player, Bjorn Borg, but it wasn't Bjorn. It was something like that. It was like Bjorn. I remember. Yeah, Bjorn.
Yeah, Bjorn. Michael
Taylor. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Bjorn Michael.
Yeah, we need to keep our battery packs charged as well. We just leave them lying around.
Yeah, I've been keeping the two main ones in the window though quite regularly just to keep them topped.
And what about the ones for the phone? The power packs.
Yeah.
You have the lights and the radio on the windowsill.
Oh, whilst we remember, say hello to the members, please.
Oh, yeah. Just a quick shout out to the members. Linda Jacko, thanks. Mother Wolf, Ellen Fisher, Gaz Gazia, Maxine Ray, Anne Lockie, Deborah Barnes, Nina Moya Blue 91, and BCTV, a different videographer with opinions, Bridget. Thanks. And also thanks to Christine for the jars that she sent. And also to Beth Grant DeRoos for buying us the Ball Cannon book as well, which hasn't arrived yet.
I'd like to do the shout outs on everyone and just thank you all. Yeah. Those of you that are members, we've made a special video today, and we've just put it up on the membership community tab. It's gone to the level 3 first, which is Mother Wolf, and just one person is a level 3. So Mother Wolf will see it in the next 24 hours, and then I'll issue it to the rest of the members then. And it's just a behind the scenes really of Mr. Wallflowers and I. And that'll be up tomorrow for everyone to see, the members to see. Blackface yourself.
Bye, Emmy's Cozy Cottage Life. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much, love. You take care. Keep that one safe for us.
Thanks, Rose, hippie guy.
One of us. Thank you for doing what you do. Tough times, much love. And you, love. Thank you.
Oh, no stopping Bridget now.
It
is
has, Douglas. It always turns out well again when we put a smile on our face and we put our best foot forward and just get on with it. Yeah.
Turned out nice again. It was when I'm cleaning windows.
When I clean windows.
George Foreman.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I bet they're expensive though, aren't they, Bridget? Just your tyres for your chair. And do you have to do that, or would you get help medically or the government?
Oh,
But I think once you've got it, you've just got to maintain it yourself, haven't you, and do everything else yourself.
no, you shouldn't do.
You got like an
Disability.
insurance. I don't know.
When you're
I
on
don't know how it
disability,
works.
mobility, you get the cars every couple of years. They
I know, but don't they have to
nothing, do they?
maintain it themselves, or
No.
is maintenance covered?
No, everything's covered.
Oh, well, that's good.
So it should be on a wheelchair.
And what are they like, Bridget? Are they the super tread ones? I've been noticing bikes.
Are they go faster ones?
Yeah, go fast stripes. I've been noticing bicycles, but instead of having just the normal tyres on them, they've been having these really thick like
wide.
motorbike tyres on them. Do you have speciality tyres? Are they just the normal thin ones that you'd normally use, or do you have super thick ones? Because I know you do a lot of mooching around, a lot of travelling up and down, and you're out and about quite a lot in the chair. £425 for tyres. Now I have to pay. You see, I was right in questioning that. Wow, that's an awful lot of money. So how often do you have to replace them? I know when Mr. Wallflowers buys tyres for the van, we normally don't buy new tyres. We use part used, and he'll get them. It's still a saving, but you still have to swap them more regularly. I can't think I think they're called part used, part treads, something like that. And he buys them, and it's just more affordable for us to work that way. The seedlings are doing okay. We keep promising to repop them because they've gone leggy, which they always do, and we expect them to. So they're at the stage where they're really leggy now. So I pinch them out individually, and I just bury them lower. So you've basically just got the first inch and the first true leaves showing. And we're just about to do that this week. But yeah, they're all leggy, but they're all in really good condition. You say that there's a trike I fancy about every 7 months. About every 7 months, she's got to replace the tyres on the chair, and the £425 she's got to pay herself. She doesn't get it done by the DVLA.
That's all right. Because people went,
Okay, Stephen, thanks for joining us, love, and we'll see you soon.
go and clear the snow.
Get your shovel out. So what were you actually reading about the Ohio stuff?
A
Go back to that.
few strange things that we cross. About the Ohio train disaster. A couple of months ago, Netflix made a movie in the same area, and it's called White Noise. It's a film on Netflix.
They actually made it in Ohio.
And it was about a train crash with chemicals, and it polluted all the surrounding areas. It's always a bit strange that the films come out and then
the film came
happens.
out approximately 2 months ago.
I don't know whether it's out, but it was filmed 2 months ago.
Yeah, people have been watching it.
Oh, okay.
People have been watching it on Netflix.
It's called
So
White Noise.
It's available to watch, White Noise, and it was made 2 months prior to the incident in Ohio. Why do I struggle saying that word? Ohio, made 2 months before the incident, and it's an exact mirror image of what's happened in Ohio. The exact chemical, the exact damage, the poisoning to the earth, everything else that's happened to the water, the air, everything. So
A bit strange.
you know, I hope I can watch it. I don't know if I'll be able to get to watch it. And you're interested in that disaster. I don't know exactly how it's presented. I don't know. But people have been saying it's useful to have watched it and took some valid information from it. I can't say yet because we haven't got access to watch it.
Look up celery soup. Delicious. And easy to make. We like celery.
Yeah, that'd be quite nice, that celery soup.
Hi from Cardiff. Hi from Nottingham.
Cardiff. Or what a Nottingham accent would sound like. Is it quite posh?
Where are we from? We're from Lancashire.
In the UK, Lancashire in the UK. I watched it and thought it was based on a previous incident in Ohio.
Yeah,
Bridget, apparently it's a mirror image of what's just happened.
10 days ago it happened in Ohio.
It happened in the actual place they recorded the film of that film.
Hello, I'm from Ukraine. I like your British pronunciation.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome. How is it in the Ukraine at the minute?
I don't know how to pronounce your name. If you could put it in a breakdown and teach me how to say your name, that'd be fabulous, please.
It was filmed in East Paradise where it happened, and they even used locals as extras. It's just a bit strange how they made a film 2 months ago and then it suddenly happens.
We're not posh in Nottingham.
I know he's from Cardiff.
Oh, yeah. We didn't say you were posh in Cardiff. He probably thinks it's a rubbish thing I made up with my Welsh accent.
He went to the small town where this happened, did some interviews. I've seen a few videos of them interviewing locals and stuff. East Paradise is 30 miles from me.
Wow. See, that's not far.
You are close, Tessie.
That's not far at all. You know, as the crow flies, I'm really quite worried about you, love. Really quite worried about everyone up that way. Water and the land and the air.
Yeah.
It's worrying. You laughing at my accent, Mark. What other bits were you looking at?
Today in Oxford, there was a big demonstration. People come from all over the UK to demonstrate in Oxford. There was quite a lot of people turned out.
So basically, this was the 15-minute zone area in Oxford.
Protesting against it because it's already been approved to come in 2024, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, another year, wasn't it? So a lot of people turned out, and there was thousands there that turned up. But strangely enough, 30 masked Antifa turned up, shouting that everybody was Nazis for protesting against it.
So anyone that was protesting against the 15-minute zone, Antifa were being aggressive.
They turned up with the police squad.
And they were supporting the police. They were supporting the 15-minute zone.
It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it does and it doesn't. It does when you've got your head around it and you know what these woke people are doing and what's that.
They're trying to say that the woke people are Nazis.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, if there was a protest, you know, in a rational mind, you'd think people like Antifa should be realistically on the side of the protester against the government, against the instilling of, you know, locking down your freedom. But yet they're in support of the government, in support of locking down freedoms and actually being aggressive against any people who's protesting against it. How in any common sense is that supposed to make sense? Unless you go, okay, these are organised groups by the...
But whether they're there to give a bad name sort of thing, infiltrate them. That's it, The Simpsons. A lot of truth in The Simpsons.
Right, Carmel, it's totally dystopian, isn't it? You know, and what do they say? reality following media, or there's a saying, isn't
Mm.
there? Well, I can't think exactly what the saying is, but rather than the media copying reality, it's actually reality following the media, isn't it? So they make it up first and then they make it happen.
It's very George Orwell.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
That's it. It's not even old. It's not even started yet in Ohio or the
Hi, Lady
surrounding
Suda. Have
areas.
you just joined us today or just recently? I've seen you commented a few times today, and it was lovely to see your name.
It's going to be months
Carmel Dimples.
months and years before
Is
we
that your
know what's
actually name,
happened.
Carmel, or do they call you like me? I get called Dimples because I have the dimples in both my cheeks. Sorry, Brian.
It's going to be months before we find, well, it starts to affect people in the surrounding areas of Ohio and
Well,
the
obviously,
food growing.
if
the
animals
animals
and fish
eating.
are dying instantly and birds are dying instantly,
The animals are eating off the land and we're
and
eating
then
the
we're
animals.
eating the animals or whatever. So it mightn't be instant death, but it could be cancerous, it could be neurological, it could be anything else. So it'll be a matter of months. And then there could be like sudden death syndromes.
Pregnancies, babies being born. So you're talking like another year or so before. So 15-minute cities are just like camps. The fences are invisible.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for joining, love.
It's a crazy world we live in.
It's just the fences are invisible. Completely true, Kathy. Completely true. You know, you get told something and you build a fence yourself. Well, no, sorry. So if that fence is between me and my back neighbour and they're in a different zone. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
I don't know if you've heard of 3 Mile Island and when it exploded in the 70s. We live 6 miles from there. Vaguely, I remember something about that 3 Mile Island.
And what caused that, Tessie?
Were they testing bombs there or something?
Snap. My sons both have them as well. What do you think it was?
It was a nuclear
bombs?
plant.
Was it? Wow. And how long is that? 6 miles?
How long ago was that? In the 70s.
Wow.
We have a nuclear plant about 100 miles away from us, Sellafield.
I know, but that's on our doorstep, isn't it?
Indiana's getting warnings about air quality.
Oh.
That's it. There's no borders with the air and the water. Once it goes up into the air, it spreads everywhere. You can't stop it from spreading.
As you say, if it come here from where?
Ukraine in 1886 in Chernobyl when that went up.
So what mileage would you say that was? Thousands of miles, and it came from the Ukraine to here.
A couple of months later.
And high cancer, you're right, yeah. It's turning into the Hunger Games. So you're canon. Thank you, Coco. That's lovely. But it is, yeah, dystopian world, as we keep saying. It's crazy, isn't it? All we can do is band together, teach each other, any tips and hints we can give each other, and just...
Don't go out the house.
Well, we've got to go out the house, haven't we? We have to, you know, but we've just got to muddle our way through, really, haven't we? You know? Keep smiling. I'm 7 miles from a plant with 3 reactors.
So you just don't know what's in the air coming from them. That was the green.
Well,
They call that the
we
green.
fought our local landfill, didn't we? And we
Mm.
were saying exactly the same about that. You know, what's going into that landfill waste and the decategorization of
And
what
the
they call
fumes and-
basic landfill to radioactive landfills,
That's a
because
hazardous landfill.
so you have hazardous landfill, bog standard landfill, and radioactive landfills. They change the categorization on different things because they think they've processed it somewhat, because they've put certain waste into cakes,
or they put chemicals into it,
or they say they've washed it or whatever, you know. But once that's gone into the land and it's toxified the land, then it's the emission and how far those emissions can go from the toxifying of the penetration of the land it's in, you know.
I saw the video that someone in Connecticut had residue from the Ohio. How far is Connecticut from Ohio? That's it. You'll start to see like the dust on your car after the rain, and
yeah, you get like black debris on window ledges or on white, you know, any surfaces.
I'm across from Trident in Docklands. That's scary around there. All the nuclear submarines.
You go out less than me, Tessie. You go away less than me. I don't tend to leave home an awful lot, only to go shopping. Not for any other reason than I'm a home bug. I just enjoy being in my own home. Quite like my own company. Quite like just being at home, don't I? Yeah, but I can understand why in your circumstance.
Just keep prepping. Make sure you have a bug out bag. We haven't got a bug out bag. We'd rather just stay put.
We live in a town, and although there are some rural areas and all that, if we got up there, the rest of the town would be up there as well.
Where'd you go if you had a bug out bag?
You're
only going to last a couple of days.
If you think you're making a specified plan to bug out to that area, how many thousands of other people are thinking that that's their special bug out area? So when you get there, what are you actually going to do if there's hundreds and hundreds of other people there? You know, how are we going to function and survive from there? Because although we'd like to think people will come together like a new beginning, build a new society and help each other build huts, build this, build that, it becomes problematic, and people don't always think the same way.
Lord
and it's Lord of the Flies. All over. Yeah, completely. You know, it's all right saying let's get rid of the governments, let's get rid of this, let's use all that. But what happens then when we try to replace it? Who leads? Who does this? Who does that? And then whose weapons are bigger than whose, and who dictates to who? And it just starts again and again and again and again.
That's what started Ukraine, wasn't it? They overthrew the government and then the state they're in now.
Someone's always bigger and uglier than you, you know.
The warns in Connecticut not to touch the dust as it can burn your hand.
Oh, that's scary, isn't it?
Thanks, Mary Beth. We rely on old years as well.
Yeah, this is our community, isn't it? Love me, love it. Yeah. I call it the survival Bible.
Yes, survival guide.
Well, you were actually looking at the politicians or the prime ministers and coming together for a meeting. You were telling me.
Yeah, they had the Munich Security Conference this week as well. All like world leaders or the big wigs.
But they've already had it.
Yeah, it was this week. Talking about the security of the world and what they're going to put in place.
Where did they have that, you know?
In Munich.
In Munich.
But all the leaders of all the countries, or some of the countries, were there. And suddenly Bill Gates turns up and he's there for some reason.
So if they're all the leaders of the world, what authority has he got? So is he coming in for dictatorship? Is he coming in from F? Is he coming in from, you know, what role is he saying?
He always turns up. Mr. B's brain. me and the wife love to watch your streams.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We don't do a lot. I suppose it's better than watching the telly.
Yeah. Most things are better than watching the telly, aren't they?
yeah.
Watching paint dry half the time is better than watching
Yeah,
telly.
yeah.
Depending on what it is.
That's it. We've always said we wouldn't leave the house with a bug out bag because
Well, it
unless it was
what we got
absolutely
that's
vital.
better. If it was fire, if it was flood, whatever, we'd have to do something. I get that. If the house was bombed out, if I don't know, something unforeseen that we had to leave.
I think we've
for,
got more
suppose,
chance of surviving in the house than
yeah.
running off into the hills.
And if the zombies came, the zombie flesh eaters were on the whatever, I'm sure we could lock them out, couldn't we?
No, because they break the door down.
Oh, don't have nightmares. I think we have watched too many films, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, fear is the big thing, isn't it? The more films you watch and the more fear you've got built in, it's the not known. So you're locked down and become a prisoner by your own fear,
But all the
don't
films
you?
come true.
Not all of them. I've never seen a zombie flesh eater yet. Most of us don't, Lady Suda. Most of us don't. I say I still occasionally, for recreational purposes, switch it on when I need personal downtime. But I'm not watching news. I'm not watching. I'm not programmable to sit and watch it on a regular basis. I use it for my purposes and then turn it off. Yeah. But it's few and far between
Very
when
rare.
I do that.
I'll watch the football.
Yeah.
Now that we're winning again.
Oh, come on, tell everyone your good news.
We won 1-0 today.
He doesn't often get a chance to celebrate, so let's let him have his moments. He supports a team called Everton. There are two main teams in Liverpool. One's a blue team called Everton, and one's a red team. We probably best not name it at this moment.
But we were the originals. They wouldn't exist if it wasn't for us.
Go on, tell the tale. For those that don't know, for those that probably aren't in the UK or aren't football orientated, tell the tale of how Everton began.
Well, we used to play at their ground, and
Well, you have to go into detail and break it
there
down.
was one team in Liverpool called Everton, and then they put the rent up at the ground in the late 1800s, and Everton said, "We're not paying the rent, so we'll move out and find our own ground." So they moved out and found another ground a mile away.
Who moved out?
Everton.
The red team. Oh, Everton did.
And then, because the ground was there empty, they formed a new team called Liverpool, and they started 15 years after Everton did. So we're the originals.
And what was the original ground called?
Anfield.
It was called Anfield, and then the new ground was called
Goodison Park.
But now they built a new ground now.
Well, we're building a new ground. It's ready next year. That's on the docks in Liverpool, Bramley-Moore Dock.
And what will that be called?
Bramley-Moore.
Yeah, so the new ground will be Bramley-Moore Dock.
That's next year.
We went past there recently, didn't we? We did have our day out in Liverpool, although it was cut short somewhat. But we didn't manage to do much video, did we? Just a couple of clips.
We'll go back when the weather's better and do it all again.
When Mr. Wallflowers and I went to the Chinese New Year in Manchester, we actually walked around one of the Chinese stores, one of the shops. There was lots of pretty things in there to look at. I spent quite a while looking at the hair clips, didn't I? And this week, Mr. Wallflowers purchased me one and brought it home as a gift. I don't know how clear you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
He bought me that this week. So that was just a nice little gift because he saw me looking at it in the shop. So he brought it home. He brought it home for me. So I got a treat this week. And then whilst I was out and about to the shops I go to, I managed to find a bath bomb and treated Mr. Wallflowers
Mm.
with a nice bath bomb. So they were our gifts this week.
As
We
well as the
don't-
cannon.
Yeah, we don't do Valentine's Day. We don't do all of those commercial things. But every now and again, when we haven't for such a long time, we will just do a little gift. Thank you. I was quite made up with it because it was the one that I actually liked the most out of all of them there. So I was quite chuffed to have it.
And what was the other thing that we come across? The World Health Organization put a statement out. I don't know whether it was today or yesterday.
Night, Phil. Thank you for joining us, love. Take care.
Good night. Just as it was getting interesting.
At least we've had no latecomers. Go on.
So the World Health Organization put out this announcement. In Equatorial Guinea, there's been an outbreak of Marburg virus. It belongs to the same family as the Ebola virus. There's been 9 deaths, and it transmits between humans, and it's got a high fatality rate. So this is the warning that they're putting out now.
So what's it called?
It's called Marburg.
So they've just announced it. Who announced it today?
Yeah, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I only seen it today.
So the major virus called Marburg.
But what he did say is this virus has caused 9 deaths, and it's caused something like 18 hospitalizations.
Where was that?
In Equatorial Guinea. But then he did go on to say, he said, so far 9 deaths have reported, but we cannot say for sure that this was Marburg virus because they couldn't obtain the samples from the bodies. But yet, as you just said earlier on, that 9 deaths have been caused by this Marburg virus. And then later on he said, but we can't be sure it was that because they haven't tested it. But they've sent in all the experts over to have a look and see what they can come up with.
But they haven't got a vaccine as yet.
There's no vaccine
but they're working on it.
But they don't even know if that's what's caused it.
But yeah, that's the next thing that's going to wipe half of us out again.
Yeah. So that could be another lockdown coming soon.
Oh, I'm sorry to...
I normally bring the router a bit closer.
Do you want to bring the router a bit closer? Is everyone hearing and seeing okay? Is there much buffering?
If you go out and come back in, it might work.
Yeah, MJ, if you go out and come back in, it might fix it for you because I've heard that works for quite a lot of people. Thank you, Stephen. That means a lot. Thank you. They are. It's quite repetitive, isn't it, Bridget? You know, especially if you can see through it, it's really repetitive. Got to watch out for the aliens next, haven't we?
Or the weather balloons. Or the Chinese spy balloons.
It's just convenient they're getting shot down over the water, though, isn't it? You know, are they trying to poison our water?
And all of a sudden, it's just happening.
And what do Nestle think of that when they own the world's water? What do Nestle think about our poisoned water?
They don't mind because they're poisoning themselves, aren't they? Hi from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, we just said
We've just been on about Ohio.
Have you got a letter of explanation from your mum, Cassandra? Why are you late?
Yeah, coming here at this time.
How did it work, MJ? Has it worked any better?
Now, is it in Ohio? Oh, you got me saying it now. Ohio. After the train crash, how is it over there now? And how far is Cincinnati away from? Where was it?
Ohio.
East Palestine, was it?
Paradise.
East Palestine.
Palestine, yeah. Hi, Andrea, love.
Willy Wonka will fix it.
Sorry to hear that, Coco. I think MJ is okay now because he went out and come back in again. I'm not. I think that would work if you try that.
I
love.
brought the router a bit closer, so Palestine. Yeah, the CEO did say that humans don't have a right to water.
CEO of Nestle. Yeah. How dare you? It's a natural source. How dare you say
All
you
these
own it?
big-
Who signed the documents? Who signed the contract to say that they were selling you the
Who
world's
put
supply
you
of
in
water?
charge?
Who had the right to sell you it? Who had the right to make that a company? That's a natural source.
So just don't buy Nestle products. Hit them in the pocket. Oh, Cincinnati's a long way down. Yeah, East Ohio, Pennsylvania. And are you feeling any effects of it? Are you seeing any dust on your windows or anything?
Hi, Nella. Well, it already is. It already has been World War III for quite a while. And they're stepping
Just
it
by
up
proxy
now.
at the minute.
And the water is a major issue. Air, land and water. Yeah. High quarters.
Little dust on the mirror. Yeah, boycott Nestle.
Well, all we can say is that's what we do. You have to choose for yourself.
Don't be buying the Nesquik.
What do you mean, Ian? Don't we have taps? We do, but we still have to filter it. We still have to purify it. We still can't trust the water that's actually coming through the taps. Can you?
If you go onto your water supplier, whoever supplies your water, go onto their website and have a look at what's in the water, what they put in the water. And then it'll list you 30, 40 chemicals, what they put in the water, and then go and Google them chemicals.
Hi, Carol, love.
And see if you
Nice
still
to
want
see
to
you
drink
here,
the water
love.
out your tap.
Hope you've had a good night.
Has Carol got a letter?
Oh, Carol, have you got a letter to say why you're late, love?
Yeah, it is depopulation.
It is on a grand scale, isn't it? And it's one thing after another, but they're blatantly telling us as well, aren't they? I'm in London, and I don't think that they've started fluoride here. Fluoride. Yes, because Whitty and Johnson wanted to start fluoridated. It's not just the fluoride, though. Water testing has taken place in several areas.
you don't have to see what
strontium, is it?
Loads of
the
chemicals.
strontium,
At least 30 chemicals. What they put in.
Fluoride is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many chemicals within the water, so many waste products that they can't get rid of anywhere else. So
And
they,
the stuff
they
that
sell
they're
to
pouring
the
in the rivers at
companies
the
and
minute.
they pour it in the water. Yes, we hear that's what happens with fluoride, but it happens with so many other waste products too. You know, yes, we can purify it. We can use the Berkeys. We can use what do we call the garden one?
The water bus.
Water distillers.
Oh,
We can use all that, and you can get tablets to purify your water, etc. But what do we wash in? We wash in this water with the strontium and the other chemicals in, and those are entering through our pores, causing all kinds of fluctuations within our brain, within our body functions, within everything. How do we avoid that? Because we cannot provide enough water through purification, through distilling.
You've still got a bath in it, you've still got a shower, you still wash your dishes.
Just to be clear, have you tested your tap water? I've had several conversations with the water board. That's what we generically call the water companies here. And we had an issue with toilet waste being dispersed into our domestic water use within the town
rivers
and within the rivers and within different areas. Now, at first they tried to deny this strongly, to say that it was separated somewhat from the domestic water usage. And then we found legal documents to say that they'd actually been sued and had to pay penalties because raw sewage was actually in our domesticated water. So I haven't personally done a test, but if the facts are there and leaked to the public to tell me that there's raw sewage in my drinking water, and I'm aware Blackpool is how many miles from here?
40.
So 40 miles from here are under the same water table that we're under, and it's the same water that we're drinking that they're drinking in Blackpool. Just over 3 years ago, tests were done, and this word strontium that I'm saying is a very lethal, strong chemical. There were many others. That's just one that's piquing my attention at the moment that was in the water. So that means that's in my water. So that test took place, and I know those chemicals haven't been removed, that it's become more and more intense, the chemicals in the water. I personally don't like the taste of tap water. And since I've been purifying my tap water and drinking water and cooking water, if I'm even to smell tap water, I can smell a bleach. I can smell chemicals in that tap water that I don't
But
smell.
you can't when it comes through the Berkey, and it tastes a lot better as well.
Yeah. So I personally haven't tested, but I've bore witness to the same water table water being tested, and I know that the company itself has been sued.
You only have to go on their
for raw
website and
sewage in
see
the
what
domestic
chemicals that they
water.
put in it. The list is there. Go and Google them chemicals, what they're putting in the water, and see what they do to you. That's all you need to know. You don't need to do tests.
We'll agree to disagree, and I have no issue with you drinking tap water if you're happy with it, no matter where you're located. I just personally don't choose to do that, and I'm happy that I've got a water distiller, I've got the Berkey, and I'm happy to do what I do. So I'm happy you choose to do what you do.
Enjoy. Yeah, it's also in the chemtrails. Yeah, we love our Berkey.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
And it just tastes, the taste is just totally different.
We're happy with it, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, worth every penny that we invested in it.
And it wasn't that dear.
What does that mean, MJ? Laker mode. Haven't seen you be unnice. You're okay. Yeah, Celtic Sea. We don't drink it either. We just don't like the taste of it. I love to hear people respectfully agree to disagree. Thank you for being so respectful. That's fine. We don't own other people's opinions. We're all entitled to our own opinion. We're all adults. We're all going to do it our way anyway. So there's no point arguing or being disrespectful about it.
Can't agree on everything.
That's good, Lisa. Where are you, love? We're not Scottish, no, Noah.
See you.
We're English. We're North England.
Scouters.
Well, you are. I'm not. I'm a plastic. No, there's no problem. No need to apologise.
Yeah, we live.
We're not far from Liverpool. We're actually, our county is actually called Lancashire. Yeah, if you could empty that cup for me so I can refill it. That's gone cold, that one. I'm north to Liverpool. Oh, hi, Quartz. You're local. Yeah, we're Lancashire, so we're not far. We're 5 minutes from Netherton, so we're just down that end.
Between Liverpool and Wigan.
Your West Coast Scottish lass, very good. Up the road. Oh, that's nice, Quartz. A neighbour. Cheers, neighbour. I'm from Somerset originally, but I live in London now. Very nice. My family were London way. My family were from Kent on my mum's side. What part of Scotland are you from, Noah? Excuse me. I'm quite pleased with the little trinket he got me. I've made him now. I've expressed it to him and that, but I'm quite happy with that. Very Chinesey. The hair's still wet from washing it before, so I need to let it dry a little. Nice to meet you both. You just came up on my timeline, like your way of thinking. Thank you so much, love. Camborne. Where's Camborne, Bridget? I imagine you to be in Birmingham for some reason. I don't know why. Glasgow. I've been to Glasgow a couple of times. It was quite misty. Been to some music concerts up there in Glasgow. And we stayed in a couple of bed and breakfasts as well. A couple of times I'd been to Glasgow. You've been to Glasgow a few times, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, Kent is beautiful, Lady Suda. Absolutely beautiful.
No one says see you, Jimmy.
Well, she left, didn't she? We Jimmy Cranky had to move out, didn't she?
You've lost your leader, haven't you?
And what was the circumstances? What was the bread and circuses of why she left? Yeah, but there's obviously a staged plan. There's obviously the next person to come in to continue the charade, as it were.
You look like the Scotch lass who does the weather. Don't know.
Me or you? Who's the Scotch lass that does the weather?
We probably wouldn't know even if we said the name.
I know. In Cornwall, near the bottom of the boot shape. Oh, but that's beautiful, isn't it? You should share some of the seaside pictures and that.
You're right on the coast, can you see out?
Kent is the Garden of England. That's an old saying, isn't it? My mum was a Kentish girl. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. The day's been quite good, hasn't it? Mr. Wallflowers has been to work again. I've basically done a lot of housework. I've done more chopping of my fennel and dehydrating and prepping for today's video. And then after the video was complete, finishing the rest of the fennel, and it's in the dehydrator now, so I can powder it and complete that jar, maybe second half of a jar, and then vacuum seal that and put it away. So the bulk of my time has been prepping the fennel and housework, really. Enjoyed a long soak and just pottering about the house. I've read a little bit of my book. And just browsed, relaxing day. You haven't even had an afternoon snooze today, have you?
No. I watched the football. Everton won, so I didn't need to go to sleep. What else did we do? Done the tea.
Yeah, what did we have for tea?
Yeah. Oh, we had a cottage pie that we made yesterday. We had the rest of that, didn't we? From the sausage meat that we got.
So last week I bought 2.27 kilo of sausage meat. We've been making sausage patties and burgers and things with it. And yesterday we took about a pound of it added loads of flavourings and all that, and put it in a family-sized
Peppers,
casseroles-ish
onions,
with peppers, onions, tomatoes,
tomatoes.
spices, garlic. We topped it with mashed potato, some cucumber salami, and a layer of cheese, and it was basically a sausage version of a cottage pie. Yeah. We had a quarter of it each for tea yesterday and a quarter of it each for tea today, but it was lovely, wasn't it? And then shaved Mr. Wallflower's hair. He dyed my hair and run around like crazy to get ready for the live stream. So today's just been one after the other, hasn't it?
I went to a vegan cafe in Glasgow with my family, and a complete stranger paid half our bill. That was us now.
Oh,
Very
how
good.
lovely is that? So you couldn't write it, could you? You just don't know when these miracles are going to happen. That's fabulous. That.
Just got to look after each other.
That's beautiful. My prep today included going to a local close-out shop where they had fruit trees for $10 each. Trying to start an orchard. Lots were buying them all kinds of a steal. Wow, that's fabulous. What ones did you manage to get? Did you buy any yourself?
Scouse lasagna.
Oh, yeah. I went to football. Who did you watch now, or was it a local game? Yourself playing, or just your local friends?
I like your sausage patties, your trifle, and your load of pizza.
Cheers, love.
Yeah,
Oh, how
enjoy.
lovely are you, Kev? Thanks so much, love. I've watched one of your videos today. I'm just loving your depth of intelligence and how you're getting this across. Sometimes it's a little deeper than I've actually gone before, but you know, I'm really appreciating you just taking us there
good.
with you. I'm really enjoying your work, Kev. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking good,
And it's
guys.
interesting.
Can't stick around. I've been on the silly juice. Just wanted to say hi. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much, Kev. Thank you. Appreciate you popping in, love. Really do. Keep up your good work and keep taking us with you as deep in as we can go, because you are teaching us so much and making information available to us that I wouldn't normally have available to me or have time to seek out within the books that you're actually taking us to. So thank you for everything you're doing, hon. Thank you.
Thanks, Coco. Good night.
Good night, Coco, love. Oh, isn't that really nice?
Your hair looks nice. If you hear someone knocking on your door, it'll be me for the sausage casserole.
Thank you, Mary. I haven't done anything with it because it's still dry, and I just clipped it up because it's wet. Or I could do with a blow. My hubby is a die-hard Morton fan. They won last night.
Very
Who
good.
are Morton?
Greenock Morton.
They're a Scottish team. And they're only good.
They're in the second division, sort of thing, first division. You're gonna be part
Oh,
of the
thanks,
replay.
Quartz. She's our neighbour. She's not far down the road, Liverpool way,
Ah.
not far from Netherton. So, yeah. Hi, neighbour. We're all neighbours. We're
Yeah,
all
that's
cousins,
it.
aren't we? You know, but it's
It's
strange
good
to
to have
feel
someone
someone's
so
so close. Yeah.
So that's a few then, isn't it? A few close by.
Speak to you
ones.
soon, Kev.
Cheers, Kev. See you soon.
Thank you, MJ. That's a really good suggestion you just made. Have you read MJ's post?
Don't forget
Comments.
that thumbs up.
Don't forget the thumbs up, guys. What did he say? It really, really helps us with the algorithms.
Yeah. I had some scran and ended up in the Aussie. What did you eat?
What else have we come across, Mr. Wallflowers? What else have we been looking at?
I think that was most of what I wrote down.
That Bill Gates thing had us quite puzzled for a while, didn't it, that one?
We'll have to look into that a bit more. Hiya, guys. Where have you been? Just because you remember doesn't mean you can turn up late.
Hi, guys. Was he being out clubbing it? Hi, Stephen. Yeah. So we've just been saying things we noticed in the news, guys, and just having a general chit chat about everything that's going on. Oh.
How do you do an internet show as well?
Oh, I didn't know you did an internet show, love. Can you put a link in and show us, and we can all pop in and have a look what you do? That'd be good to have a glimpse at that. I think sometimes the lives let you put a link in, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Looked into all of that, went right down the rabbit hole. Quotes.
Yeah. We've all been down a few rabbit holes and we've still got a few to go, haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't mind the rabbit holes.
Mm.
So glad you're okay, Mrs. Wallflowers. Felt so sad for you with the video trolls, us girls. Love you from Birkenhead. Thanks, Feb70. Yeah, sod them is all I can say at the minute. Sod them, you know. Those that are going to hate are going to hate. Those that are going to mess around in the comments and put silly things are going to do it. Just don't feed them. Just don't feed them.
It says more about them than us.
Think you have to be a mod to link channels. No, I've done it before on other people's. I think. Oh right, I didn't. I've put links in other people's.
If you send us the link, we can just put it in the community.
Or if you just put it on one of the comments somewhere, guys, we'll have a look at it that way. Yeah. Hi, GMT. We're Wallflowers UK. This is Marianne and this is Mr. Wallflowers. Not been called a host before. I know that's what the word is, but directly.
There is always an idiot somewhere.
How's your security updates working out? Much better, I hope. So, yeah, we got the
camera.
We got the camera in. We got the apps on the all the gadgets. We got the lights in. So as soon as anyone steps on the property, the lights come on, and the camera's recording 24 hours a day. Everywhere's secure. Everything's done, and it's absolutely fabulous. Yeah, we're absolutely chuffed with it all, aren't we? Moved on from that and we're quite happy and it's great.
Bridget's saying 15 minutes areas have arrived in Cornwall, Houston, Shore and Penzance.
Yeah,
they're actually in there now?
Actually up and running, Bridget, or suggested for a certain date. I remember you mentioning this on the last live stream, but I didn't know it was up and running at all.
Thanks for popping in, Leela. Just popped in to say hello.
Basically everything, Stephen. Stephen's saying what sort of topics are discussed on this channel. So during the week,
you don't want to know half of them.
During the week, Sunday to Friday, we produce videos about food preservation, whether that be dehydrating, cooking, preserving, canning, water bathing. Sometimes about personal day trips out, politics we'll see on the news, quite a few different varied subjects. But then we do the live streams on the Saturday and it's basically much more of an open forum. So some of us might have what's called conspiracy theorist opinions. Some of us might have more mainstream opinions. Any subject is open to topic, to discussion, so long as we are mutually respectful of each other's beliefs and views. We will decide for ourselves. Nothing is enforceable. I'm not going to enforce my views on anyone, and I won't accept anyone enforcing their views on me. So long as we're mutually respectable, we can discuss any topic. This is an open forum on a Saturday night, and we really enjoy it. Thanks for the question, Stephen, because that's a really good question.
And everybody enjoys it.
keeping us going in the right direction. Thank you, Abigail. We all come together, you know. If we disagree, we disagree. It doesn't mean we can't communicate and, you know, debate it or discuss it. You get new ideas with the live show.
I mean,
That's
sometimes we'll go down the rabbit hole. And
thanks, Patricia. Yeah. What topics would anyone like to raise? Is there any subjects we haven't touched this evening that anyone would like to delve in a little bit deeper and
just
see what
saying
we
it's
all
running
think?
and throw on Penzance stuff.
Which is my area.
Have you been told you can only go out at certain twice a week, or
How's it actually affecting you, Bridget? What rules have you had imposed upon you?
because it's only like for transport and it's only cars and
So Bridget is BCTV, a different videographer with opinions, lives in Penzance, and is saying now the 15-minute city is actually imposed in their area. So it'd be quite interesting to hear what rules have been imposed on you, Bridget. It'd be really interesting to hear that you're actually in the thick of it. You know the facts, you know what's happening, and I'd love to hear
that's it. If it's not law, don't follow it. Will you teach us the veg garden this summer? Yep, certainly will.
Yeah, we're going to go through it. Sometimes I grow the sweet corn from seed, and sometimes I buy them in. And I think I'm actually going to buy the plugs in this year. Hopefully, if I can find them. And I'd like to plant quite a lot of sweet corn, but I will be looking to buy sweet corn plugs. We have a lovely fruit and veg grocers shop just a couple of miles away, and sometimes we can buy some really nice healthy plugs there. I'm going to look there for the sweet corn, so as soon as I get that I will show you. And we normally find it really reasonably priced, don't we? I think last year, not last year, a couple of years ago now, I think it was about £2 to £3 for 40. It was 40 sweet corn, but in 12 plugs. And you had to break them apart.
Yeah,
and
some of them are
do them
separate.
Well, but I think it was £2 to £3 for 40. So that was a fabulous price.
I found your channel a few weeks ago. I love it. Both down to earth. You say a lot of what I get called conspiracy theorists. Well, we used to get called conspiracy theorists, but all ours come true. So
we're looking for some new ones. If you've got any,
we don't get called that anymore.
Or they just don't bother. We didn't need a tin hat. We needed a tin bodysuit. Thank you for letting me know. No, you're more than welcome, Stephen. It was a fabulous question. I'm glad you asked it.
Just had some garlic sprouting in the cupboard. Yeah, we have
so
that.
Planted them today to see what happens. I'm not growing sweet corn this year. I still have some in the freezer. Fabulous, fabulous. I want to can some this year, obviously, with having the Presto. So I want to try and do a double crop, really, if I can. And get quite a bit canned for the following year, because the objective always has been to try and do a 12-month food source, if that's what we can do. And
that's what we are.
I'd like
conspiracy realists.
Go for it, Lady Suda.
Yeah.
I actually don't drive.
I can live with that
title.
Probably
skirt around the issues through different lanes. I've lost so many family and friends that call me. It's funny how few have come to like. Yeah,
and many more to come.
And many more to come. Yeah. Wait till they start moving them out the houses to the peripheral. Wait till they start imposing.
Wait till the smart things come in.
The little prison cells, because we don't go and do what they tell us to do. We know what's coming, but whether other people listen or believe, whether they think we're stupid, don't know.
That's up to them.
Open-mindedness goes a long, long way, doesn't it? I'm prepared to listen to anyone who disagrees with me, so long as they're prepared to listen to me too and show respect both ways. So it's not going to change my mind. I'm still going to see it the way I see it, but I'm prepared to discuss. In the last
That's
11
it.
days, my sister has put £200 into her gas and lecky. She can't sustain this. None of us can. 11 days, £200. It's impossible.
Mm.
You're not having any extra income come in. How can you keep putting this extra money out?
Mm. Carbon tax. That's all it is. The green issue. It'll be even worse if the Greens do
Thanks,
get it.
Leela. Thanks for coming. We'll see you again soon, love. Thank you.
The Green Party make out that it's to save us. If they get in, it'll be 10 times worse.
Spoiler alert is a nice way of putting it. I think we've been spoiler alert for about 10 to 14 years.
But we'll survive.
I'm the same and okay about changing my mind if the argument is better than mine. Yeah, I'm always open-minded. You know, if it's a convincing argument for me to prove that objectives are right, whatever, I'm always open-minded and I'm always open to learn. I'm a sponge to learn, but I will not be shouted down. I will not be told.
Yeah. Green Party are nutters.
I'll absorb information if it's given.
Yeah, guys, the inflation has eased slightly from 10.1 to 10.5, but when it went up from 10.1 to 10.5,
I completely agree, Abigail.
Everything went up. So why isn't everything going down just because the inflation's gone down by 0.4? If it goes up 0.4, they put the prices up. If it goes down 0.4,
you take care, love.
they don't.
Follow the money. Exactly. Why aren't you both doing something together? Like what, Rizwan? We're doing something together. We're doing a live stream together.
We do all the videos together.
We do everything together, except go to his work.
Gas is at $3.79. What's that, a gallon or a litre?
Exactly,
It's still
Jane.
gallons in America. So.
Opinions are like bum holes. We've all got one. I see how polite I was then.
Yeah, it's not like you. So it's just greed. Food shopping is horrendous.
It is. It's getting worse and worse. And, you know, I shop the way I shop for a reason. That's why I shop the way I shop.
We just wouldn't go to a supermarket to shop now.
£1.50 a litre is quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
really
we're
good
on about
price,
160, 161, I think, the cheapest. The average is about 167.
It is. Lady Suda is supposed to be
It is naturally abundant.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And 9/10 of a gallon.
9, 10 a gallon.
The rate eased in January from December, and the latest sign that the UK might have seen the worst of inflation after a 41-year high of 11.1 was recorded in October. Is it the worst, though? How do we know it's not just going to shoot back up? Because we were warned it was
the
going to go
worst
up
in
to
October,
15%.
but it's eased. But the prices haven't eased. The inflation's going down, but the prices are going up still. And yet when the inflation goes up, the prices go up. I'd say it's all taxed. Green is just about taxing you more money. And when all this smart stuff comes in, you can just turn you off if you can't afford it.
Please don't be pressurised into telling people where you come from, and don't feel pressurised into replying to other people's comments if you don't wish to. We don't have to play certain games. It's nice to have nice comments, and it's nice for people to strike up a conversation with you, but please don't be pressured to actually answer someone's comment if you don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I've
pulls out
recently been discussing the Turkey Syria quake.
Use of HARP. And they pulled all the ambassadors out 24 hours before. Where have we heard that before? They always seem to get out 24 hours before something big happens. But that's just a conspiracy, isn't it? That's it. There's a lot more to HARP than they're letting on. I mean, we had a HARP station here in North Wales, didn't we? But they're supposed to have closed it down now.
Sadly, I think we've got some people who think they're having fun in the comments.
Just ignore them.
Just ignore certain people in the comments, please.
As long as we're all having fun.
We bought at Costco for $5.66 for 24.
$5.60. We're paying £2.20 for 18. Was it? And we haven't had any snow.
Not affected us in the slightest.
We're supposed to be getting an Arctic blast this week, supposedly, again. But,
well, we always get some kind of thing late February, don't we? We always either get snow, severe winds, something that's a weather shock. Late February, we always seem to get something like that.
Or even early March.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying like the energy source and reducing the Russian gas, but we didn't get much gas from Russia.
A lot of
4% of our gas come from Russia.
4% is what?
Doesn't mean nothing. It's a drop in the ocean, isn't it? That's it. We've got our hot water bottles.
Thank you, Abigail.
You can't beat hot water bottles.
I buy local eggs, lots of farmers. It's okay if you can afford to do it that way and they're in your locality, Mary. I
eggs have gone
people
up
that do
astronomical in America because the eggs, the chickens weren't laying, weren't they? And he was saying a lot about the feed for a couple of months. It was to do with the feed. We haven't really had that problem
here. Too
here.
expensive for us at Costco, but in the grocery store, much better. Yeah.
Whereabouts are you, Stormy Girl?
I'll say if you can freeze, can, dehydrate, and make them last as long and use every bit of it, all the better.
Or if you've got a food initiative close by. Good night, Lady Suda. Thanks for joining us.
See you soon, lovely.
Lovely to have you here.
Hi, Shakni. See you soon, Pam. Thank you so much for being with us, love.
Thanks,
Thank
Pam.
you. Sorry?
Thanks, Pam.
Yeah.
18 eggs is $7.
Wow. See, that's extortionate to us because we'd be paying 20 English pence on each dollar, which would equate to £1.20 per dollar. So 18 times, well, the 7 times 20 is at least an extra £1.40. So
yeah, Andrea's saying we buy beef from ranchers. There's a lot of from, but half a beef for the last 2 years. He was saying that when you buy a cow, do that last year's.
Yeah, I had an argument with a vegan guy. Not an argument, a debate as such. And he was saying about the meat importation or meat travel, the carbon footprint, etc. And I was talking about the vegan foods being imported from Egypt and all over the world, and how that has a bigger carbon footprint than me going to an auction up the road, buying a cow or from a farmer. and having a butcher prepare that for me and having the freezer for 2 years, how is my carbon footprint any more dangerous or even equal to what you're suggesting? It's crazy. So I admire you for doing that, for stocking up.
That's if you've got the space for the chickens and
yeah, that's fabulous. Yeah, your own eggs, your own chicken meat. Yeah, it's cool. Or fowl, whatever you call it. Yeah. It's not meat. Buying local is best. That's great. Yeah.
I think we just went off for a minute then.
Oh, did we? Have we buffered again, guys?
The router fell over.
Mr. Wallflowers is an Evertonian. He follows Everton football team. Shackney. What football team do you support?
I have a small holding in Shermarland with 3 families. That's a good idea. You don't need a lot of land to grow your own veg. I mean, we haven't got a lot of land, but we grow a lot.
We're managing to produce quite a few vegetables, fruits, different things. And once we can can them and preserve them, that it's quite a lot. It's all right producing it, but you have to be able to preserve it. Once you've produced it, you have to be able to stock it, keep it well. If you're just growing a small amount of food and you're eating it fresh, that's great too, and you'll save yourself.
But even if you've only got
a
patio or a small patch, as you say, Court, you can do it in tubs, small tubs. You can grow potatoes in tubs and carrots, and you can get a harvest.
Even in the smallest quarters, even in the smallest patch of grass. I have a small patch of grass on one side of the garden. I've discussed this several times, and I let the dandelions grow, and I make honey from the dandelions, and I get 12 months worth of honey from the dandelions that grow in a small patch of grass. So, depending on what you decide to do with that small patch of grass, you could place buckets around the edge of it and have potatoes, carrots and different things in it and still use that for a purpose. You could put those buckets on a patio or any bit of space that you have.
Even like
there's lots of ways of using a patch of grass.
In the coming weeks, we'll be out foraging for the garlic. The wild garlic's coming now. It's just starting.
It's trial and error, Bridget. Sometimes people say, they struggle. Sometimes the experts can struggle because the weather doesn't play or something's wrong with something or you forget to water. It is trial and error and we learn. I remember hearing people talking about the nitrogen in the soil, and I never listened for a long, long time. And it's known if one year you grow, say, peas in the soil, in one certain speck in the garden or the allotment. Now, peas produce nitrogen and leave that in the soil. So I just now remember peas produce nitrogen. So if I then tried to plant carrots in the place where I'd previously grown peas, those carrots won't grow because carrots won't grow in an area that has had nitrogen in the soil. And it's little scientific facts that sound so daunting at first because you think, God, I don't want to know about nitrogen. I don't know about this. But gradually, as you get a little bit more in depth, it's just one step at a time, one small step. Nobody's going to know everything. All these fancy gardeners on the YouTube channels or writing millions of books or whatever, they don't know everything. You'd have to go and research different facts to come back to you with detail. Nobody knows everything about anything. So it's one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. If you like something, if you particularly like potatoes, if you particularly like carrots, pick one thing first. Pick one thing.
And potatoes are just so easy.
And learn the facts and do whatever and set up one tub, one space, and just grow that one thing first and see how you like it and feel that kick that you did something, it's an achievement.
In Michigan, the powers that be are friendly to farmers, but we're finding that all around the world lately, that farmers are being forced to sell and not be told not to grow. are being paid not to grow. I mean, we noticed last year, through the whole of last year, a lot of farmland was just barren. They weren't growing anything in there. It's happening in Holland. There's a lot of farmers are being bought out. And Bill Gates is the biggest landowner now in America of farmland, and he's doing it in Holland. It always comes back to him somehow, doesn't it?
Everything. Yeah.
I wonder what he's up to.
What's he doing with that soil? What's he doing with those seeds?
That's
What's
it. You
the
know
GMO
nothing.
factor?
Les said he knew nothing. Trial and error. He produced 9 tons of organic food.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You've
Just
just got
have
to
a go.
start. You've just got to begin.
If it
treat
doesn't
as
work
an
one
experiment.
time, have another go.
It's fun. It's fun if
You
you
know, half the time our
succeed.
carrots, the amount of times our carrots haven't
We've not
worked,
really
but-
had a good success rate with carrots, have we? But now we're learning about the stages of nitrogen. That's what come to my mind there. So if I remember, I can't try and grow carrots where I've had those other things before, because that's what's stunting the growth, and that's why they haven't succeeded.
But even the ones that we grow, they're only little small ones, but we
We like
them
the
all.
stunted ones, don't we? Yeah. I grow most of our veg on the allotment, and each year is really good. One for a couple of crops, fine for the majority, and then really bad for one or two. You can never tell what will grow either. Yeah. And it's learning how to feed that soil. You don't have to replace all that soil or all that compost. It's learning how to boost that compost so you can rejuvenate it for the season ahead. And that's
Les
another
is a
learning
Leslie.
curve.
She's a wee woman
I'm
of
a
5'2".
Les being short for Leslie, and nothing holds me back. Spot on, Leslie. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to start banning a few people. You know,
Just don't worry about it. Night, guys. Lovely meeting you both. We'll definitely look for your next lives. Thanks, Quarters, and take a look at the channel, love, because I think you'll
Good to
enjoy
have
that
you.
dandelion recipe. I'm about to do a new one early spring, and I'll recreate it and do an updated version. There's also a video you might find interesting about making laundry liquid from Ivy. There's quite a few different videos. Just take a browse through and have a look and see what you like. Thanks for joining us tonight.
As I
I've
say,
enjoyed
we'll
your
be
company.
out foraging for the wild garlic soon in the next couple of weeks. We should be able to show you
Yeah,
what
best
to
of
look
luck with
for.
that, Kay. That's great. Starting a garden for the first time ever. Just pick
You
what
won't
you
need
enjoy.
much luck.
Yeah.
It just grows.
Don't try and challenge something you're not going to eat or you're not going to enjoy. I say if you can get some cheap fruit trees or you can get anything like that, just you've got to start to begin. So, you know, one rhubarb crown will feed you for the next 10, 15
And you
years.
don't even have to look after half the stuff.
That's
It just
it.
grows.
Put it in and leave it. An apple tree, a pear
Potatoes,
tree,
just-
anything.
Onions, garlic.
Thank you, Quarters.
Yeah, wild garlic's amazing. It's a lovely taste.
We love the wild garlic, yeah. I mean, we've normally gone by this time of year as
I
well
know,
to
yeah,
have
we
our
probably
first,
picked our first
forage.
bunch, but
I
leave it-
like rhubarb too. It's
probably
lovely.
leave it another week and see how much it's
We
grown.
got that much last year. I was adding it to biscuits. I was adding it to muffins. I was adding it to lots of different things. But the boys leave it home, and a big dish of rhubarb crumble is way too much. Mr. Wallflowers won't eat it, so I only need a small bowl for me now because I still like it with a drop of custard. But the rhubarb cordial, even you
I'll
drank
drink
it,
that,
and yeah, it's delicious.
That's it, Susie. You can't depend on your garden 100% for everything.
It's nature's way,
It's
isn't
just
it?
a little top up that. And then you forage and then
I've
whatever.
never eaten it with meat or anything like that. I don't know what it is. I've always been a bit cautious with fruit with meats and things.
But
The
a lot of-
cranberry sauce at Christmas never appealed to
A
me.
lot of meat goes with fruit, though, doesn't
I
it?
know, yeah, but I don't know. It's each to our own,
Pineapple
isn't it?
and gammon.
I don't mind pineapple and gammon. I love a pineapple with gammon. I like pineapple on a pizza.
Yeah,
I like
I don't mind
pineapple
that.
in different ways. But I don't know. I might try
That's
that
the only
this
time I
year
like
as well.
pineapple on a pizza.
On a pizza. Yeah. But your taste has changed. Love rhubarb custard. My mum used to make it. Sounds lovely, Gaz. I give lots to my daughters
It's got
from the
a
lot.
sickly taste, though.
Strawberry rhubarb pie is awesome. I made a strawberry rhubarb jam last year and it was delicious. And I made some jam tarts out of it and they were really nice.
Someone mentioned artichoke.
I was able to buy over 2 of Jerusalem artichokes today at our farmer's market. I will plant them with the next time the soil thaws. Oh, that sounds fabulous, Yolanda. And will you need an awful lot of space for that? Ah, Rothune Homestead. Hope you've got a note for being late, love. Nice to see you, hon. Any thoughts on home brewing, guys? We don't do home brewing. Other people here might have some advice for you, Douglas, but it's not something we personally do. Mr. Wallflowers likes to make the elderflower champagne, and that's as far as we go with the home brewing. We don't make lagers or wines or ciders or anything like that at all, but we do make the elderflower champagne. The dog ate your homework. Nice, Andrea. Have a good one, love. Someone told me they make you very windy Jerusalem artichokes. Yeah, that seems to be a common thing. A lot of people say that, don't they? You can plant it a little or as much as you like. They are perennial tubers. They spread and you have a good survival crop. Now, what do you use them for? Because I got some Jerusalem artichokes early last year. And if I remember correctly, I made like a mashed potato topping for a bake I'd made. That was okay, but I've not repeated it. I've not picked jokes since. We did eat the meal, but I didn't go out and buy them again.
It wasn't horrible.
I tried home brewing and the bottles exploded. Geez, some mess it made. We had a couple of bottles of the elderflower champagne explode, and it's not a pleasant thing. Yeah. My dog ate my microchip, which had my. You tickle me, Bridget. They're great in soups, stir fries, salads. I've read that fermenting them helps with the wind. That's the Jerusalem artichokes. Right. Well, we've got the last couple of minutes, guys. Anyone want any last minute topics or anything to cover before we love you and leave you for the night? It's been absolutely fabulous talking to you. We've managed to avoid
Mark's back
the pickpokers.
Where have you been, Mark? I've been watching it in the garden.
My son is a home brewer. He planted our yard full of hops, then got married and left. I keep the hops going for medicinal purposes. Of course. And why not? How to make rhubarb and custard.
Oh, that could be a video.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Just stew the rhubarb, cut it, chop it, wash it.
Make your own custard.
With some sugar and make your own custard. Mr. Wallflowers makes a lovely custard. See you soon, Douglas. Lovely having you with us.
Thanks for joining us.
Anything you'd like to say before we go? Just thank for all your
Yeah, just
support and for
thanks for-
joining us, guys.
Thanks for coming back. I know we've been away for 2 weeks. We've missed it as well. I'm just glad everybody turned up again.
So we're back
even-
next week.
Yeah, even though we've had a few crazy people on.
So we'll be back on next Saturday night if you'd like to join us and think of some more topics and things we can discuss and just basically
And hopefully during the week
have fun and have a chat and get together.
there'll be a lot more canon this week. won't there?
You're welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for yours, love. Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye guys.
Okay, I'm going to end the stream, guys, and I hope you
Thank
all
you,
have
everyone.
a lovely rest of your evening and enjoy Sunday tomorrow. And take care.
Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.
Love and blessings, and speak to you all soon.
Thanks for everything.